Tonight you will see some pre-recorded footage featuring other members of the cast, and these short films will be seamlessly woven into our production via the magic of computers. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge my colleague, our technical director, Spencer Bazzano, for saying yes to my vision and figuring out how to make this a reality, along with a very talented, dedicated, and fun group of nearly a dozen students that make up our stage crew. Finally, I'm grateful to this entire cast who has worked hard in spite of all of our challenges to bring this classic story to life. Some of them have performed before, some of them are new to acting, and many are appearing in their first Shakespeare play this afternoon. I know you will be impressed, and I hope you join me in a big round of applause for all of their hard work. Thank you for being part of our audience and for your support of our theater students and program. As you watch, you're free to leave comments via YouTube, but I would like to kindly ask that you be mindful of online etiquette and, when possible, comment between acting moments. If you don't want to view the comments while watching, simply make your view full screen and you should be all set. The show will run for about 100 minutes without an intermission, and you may see some brief black screens during our scene changes and transitions. Just know the show is officially done when you see the credits rolling. And now, without further ado, I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Two households, both alike in dignity, and fair Verona, where we lay our scene.
From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean.
From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life,
whose misadventured, piteous overthrows do, with their death, bury their parents' strife.
The fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end naught could remove, is now the 2 hours' traffic of our stage.
The which if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
I strike quickly being moved.
But thou art not quickly moved to strike.
A dog of the house of Montague moves me.
To move is to stir, and to be valiant is to stand. Therefore, if thou art moved, thou runnest away.
A dog of that house shall move me to stand. I will take the wall of any man or maid of Montague's.
That shows thee a weak slave, for the weakest goes to the wall.
'Tis true, and therefore women, being the weaker vessels, are ever thrust to the wall. Therefore, I will push Montague's men from the wall, and thrust his maid to the wall.
You will show yourself a tyrant?
I will show myself a tyrant. When I fought with their maids, I'll be civil with them, and cut off their heads.
The heads of the maids?
Aye, the heads of the maids, or their maiden heads, take it in what sense thou wilt.
They must take it in sense that feel it.
Me they shall feel while I am able to stand, and 'tis known I am a pretty piece of flesh.
'Tis well thou art not fish. Draw thy tool. Here comes two of the house of the Montagues.
My naked weapon is out. Curl, I'll back thee.
How? Turn thy back and run.
Fear me not.
No, Mary, I fear thee.
Let us take the law of our sides. Let them begin.
I will frown as I pass and let them take it as they list.
Nay, as they dare. I'll bite my thumb with them, which is a disgrace to them if they bear it.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
Is the law oversight if I say I?
No.
No, sir. I do not bite my thumb at you, sir. But I bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir.
No, sir. If you do, sir, I'm for you. I serve as good a master as you.
No better.
Well, sir.
I'll say better. Here comes one of my master's kinsmen. Yes, better, sir.
You lie.
Draw if you be men.
Down with Montague! Down with Montague! Fools! Cut off your swords! You know not what you do.
What? Art thou drawing among these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Benvolio, and look upon thy death.
I do but keep the peace. Now, put up thy sword, or manage it to part these men with me.
What, drawn and talk of peace? I hate the word, as I hate hell, all Montagues, and thee. Have at thee, coward.
What noise is this? Bring me my long sword, how?
A crutch! Why call you for a sword?
A sword, I say! Lord Montague has come and flourishes his blade in spite of me.
Thou villain Capulet! Only not let me go!
Thou shalt not steer a foot to seek a foe.
What ho, you stuff, you beasts! On pain of torture, from these bloody hands, throw your misinterpreted weapons to the ground and listen to the sentence of your moved prince. 3 civil brawls, dread of an airy word, have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. Once more, on pain of death, all men depart.
Good morrow, cousin.
The day so young?
But new struck 9.
Ay me, sad hours seem long.
What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that which having makes them short.
In love?
Out.
Of love?
Out of her favor where I am in love.
Alas, that love so gentle in his view should be so tyrannous and rough in proof.
Alas, that love, whose view is muffled still, should, without eyes, see pathways to his will. Where shall we dine? Oh me, what fray was here? Yet tell me not, for I've heard it all. Here's much to do with hate, but more with love. Why then, oh brawling love, oh loving hate, oh anything of nothing first create, oh heavy lightness, serious vanity, feather of lead, bright smoke, cold fire, sick health? Dost thou not laugh?
No, cause I rather weep.
Good heart at what?
At thy good heart's oppression.
Why, such is love's transgression. Farewell, my cuss.
Soft! I shall go along, and if you leave me so, you do me wrong.
I have lost myself. I am not here. This is not Romeo. He's some other where.
Tell me in sadness, who is that you love?
What, shall I groan and tell thee?
Groan? Why, no. But sadly tell me who.
In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
I aimed so near when I supposed you loved.
A right good markman, and she's fair I love.
A right fair mark, fair cuz, is soonest hit.
Well, in that hit you miss. She'll not be hit with Cupid's arrow, she hath Dian's wit. And in strong proof of chastity, well armed, by love's weak childish bow she lives unharmed. Oh, she is rich in beauty. Only poor that when she dies with beauty dies her store.
Then she hath sworn that she will still live chaste?
She hath, and in that sparing makes huge waste.
Be ruled by me. Forget to think of her.
Oh, teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty unto thine eyes. Examine other beauties.
He that is struck in blind cannot forget the precious treasure his eyesight lost. Farewell. Thou canst not teach me to forget.
I'll pay that doctrine, or else die in debt.
Ha ha.
But Montagues is bound as well as I in penalty alike. But 'tis not hard, I think, for one so old as we to keep the peace.
Of honorable reckoning are you both, and pity 'tis you lived at odds so long. But now, madam, sir, what say you to my suit?
But saying o'er what I have said before, my child is yet a stranger in the world. Let 2 more summers wither in their pride, lest we think her ripe to be a bride.
Younger than she, our happy mother's maid.
The earth hath taken all my hopes, but she is the hopeful lady of my earth. But woo her, gentle Paris. Get her heart. My will to her consent is but a part, and she agree. For within her scope of choice lies my fair and according voice. This night I hold an old accustomed feast, whereto I have invited many a guest, such as I love, and you among the store. One more, most welcome, makes our number more. Come, go with me.
Go, sir, trudge about through fair Verona, and find those persons out whose names are written here, and to them say, our house and welcome on their pleasure stay.
Find them out whose names are written here. I am sent to find the people whose names are here writ, yet I can never find the names the writing person hath here writ. I must to the learned.
Why, Romeo, art thou mad?
Not mad, but bound more than a madman is. Shut up in prison, kept without my food, whipped and tormented. Got in, good fellow?
God ye got in. I pray, sir, can you read?
I, mine own fortune in my misery. I can read. Signor Martino and his wife and daughters, County Anselm and his beauteous sisters, Signor Placentio and his lovely nieces, Mercutio and his brother Valentine, mine uncle Capulet, his wife and daughters, my fair niece Rosalind. A fair assembly. Whither should they come?
Up.
Whither?
To supper, to our house.
Whose house?
My master's.
Indeed, I should have asked you that before.
Now I'll tell you without asking, my master is the great rich Capulet, and if he be not of the house of Montagues, I pray, come and crush a cup of wine. Rest ye merry.
At this same feast of ancient Capulets sups the fair Rosalind, whom thou so lovest with all the beauties of Verona. Go thither, and with unattainted eye compare her face to some that I shall show, and I shall make thee think thy swan a crow.
I'll go along, no such sight to be shown, but to rejoice in splendor of mine own.
Nurse! Nurse! Where's my daughter? Call her forth to me.
Now by my own virginity I bade her come. What lamb? God forbid, where's this girl? What Juliet?
How now, who calls?
Your mother?
Madam, I am here. What is your will?
This is the matter. Nurse, give leave a while. We must talk in secret. Nurse, come back again. I have remembered me. Thou'st here at council. Thou knowest my daughter of a pretty age.
Faith, I can tell her age unto an hour. Susan and she, God rest all Christian souls, were of an age. Well, Susan is with God. She was too good for me. But as I said, 'tis since the earthquake now 18 years, and she was weaned. I shall never forget it. Of all the days of the year, I had then laid wormwood to my boob, sitting in the sun under the dove-house wall. My lord and you were then at Mantua. Nay, I do bear a brain. When it did taste the wormwood of the nipple on my tit, and felt it bitter, pretty fool, to see it touchy and fall out the dug, and since that time it's 18 years. For on that day she broke her brow, for even the day before, my husband, God be with his soul, was a merry man, took up the child. Yea, quoth he, dost thou fall upon thy face? Thou wilt fall upon thy back if thou hast more wit. Will thou not, Jewel? And by my holy dam, the pretty wretch looked up and said, I warrant, and I shall live to see 1,000 years, I shall never forget it. Will thou not, Jewel? Quoth he. And the pretty fool looked up and said,
Enough of this. I pray thee, hold thy peace. Tell me, daughter Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married?
It is an honor that I dream not of. An honor? Were not I thine only nurse? I would say thou hadst suck wisdom from thy teat.
Well, think of marriage now. Younger than you, here in Verona, ladies of esteem are made already mothers. By my count, I was your mother much upon these years that you are now a maid. Thus, then in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love.
A man, lady, such a man, why, he's a man of wax.
Verona summer hath not such a flower.
A flower, in faith, a very flower.
What say you? Can you love the gentleman? This night you shall behold him at our feast. Read o'er the volume of young Paris's face, and find delight writ there with beauty's pen. So shall you share all that he doth possess, by having him making yourself no less.
Nay, no less. Women grow by men.
Speak briefly. Can you like of Paris's love?
I look to like, if looking liking move.
Madam, the guests are come, supper served up, and everything in extremity. I must hence to wait. I beseech you, follow straight.
We follow thee. Juliet, the county stays.
Go, girl, seek happy nights to happy days.
Bring me a torch, I'm not for this ambling. Being but heavy, I will bear the light.
Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance.
Not I, believe me. You have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead, so stakes me to the ground, I cannot move. Under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it, should you burden love? Too great oppression for a tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? It is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like thorn.
If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking, and you beat love down.
Nay, that is not so. I dreamt a dream tonight.
And so did I.
Well, what was yours?
That dreamers often lie.
In bed asleep while they do dream things true.
Then I see Queen Mab hath been with you. She is the fairy's midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of little atomies athwart men's noses as they lie asleep. Her wagon spokes of long spiders' legs, the cover of the wings of grasshoppers, the traces of the smallest spider's web, the collars, moonlight's watery beam, her whip of cricket's bone, the lash of film, her wagoneer, a small gray-coated gnat, not so big as a round little worm plucked from the lazy fingers of a maid, her chariot, an empty hazelnut made from a joiner squirrel or an old grub, time out of mind the fairy's coachmakers, and in this state she gallops night by night through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love, or courtiers' knees who dream on curtsies straight, or lawyers' fingers who dream straight on fees, or ladies' lips who straight on kisses dream, which oft the angry Mab with blisters plagues, because their breaths with sweetmeats tainted are. This is the angry Mab who plaits the manes of horses in the night, who bakes the elf-lock into foul sluttish hairs, which once unraveled much misfortune bodes. This is the angry hag who, when maids lie on their back, presses them and learns them forth to bear, making women of good carriage. This is she.
Peace, peace, Mercutio, peace. Thou talk'st of nothing.
True. I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, which is as thin of substance as the air and more inconstant than the wind.
This wind that you talk of blows us from ourselves. Supper is done, and we shall come too late.
I fear too early, for my mind misgives some consequence yet hanging in the stars. But he that hath the steerage of my course, direct my sail. On, lusty gentlemen!
Strike, drum!
Welcome, gentlemen. Ladies that have their toes unplagued with corns will have a bout with you. My mistresses, which of you will now deny to dance?
What lady is that which doth enrich the hand of yonder knight?
I know not, sir.
Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. Beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. The measure done, I'll watch her places stand, and holding hers make blessed my rude hand. Did my heart love till now? Forswear its sight, for I ne'er saw true beauty till this night.
This, by his voice, should be a Montague. Fetch me my rapier, boy. Who dares a slave? Come now, covered in an antique face, to fleer and scorn in our solemnity. By the stock and honor of my kin, to strike him dead, I shall hold it not a sin.
Why, how now, kinsman? Wherefore storm you so?
Uncle, this is a Montague, our foe.
Young Romeo, is it?
'Tis he, that villain Romeo.
Content thee, gentle coz, let him alone. He bears him like a portly gentleman, and, to speak truth, Rhoda brags of him. Therefore, be patient, take no note of him.
I shall not endure him.
Shall not endure him? He shall be endured. I say he shall. Go to. Am I the master or you? Oh, God shall mend my soul. He'll make a mutiny among my guests.
Uncle, why, uncle, 'tis a shame.
Go to. You are a saucy boy. Be quiet, or for shame I'll make you quiet. But cheerly my hearts.
Patience perforth, with willful choler meeting, makes my flesh tremble with their different greeting. I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall, now seemingly sweet, convert to bitter gall.
if I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle fine is this: my lips, two blushing pilgrims, ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong by your hand too much, which mannerly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is sweet Palmer's kiss.
Have not saints lips and holy palmers too?
Aye, pilgrim, lips that they must use in prayer.
Oh, then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. They pray, grant thou, lest faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not while my prayer's effect I take. Thus from my lips by yours my sin is purged.
Well, then have my lips for the sin that they have taken.
Sin from thy lips? Oh, trespass sweetly urged, give me my sin again.
You kiss by the book.
Madam, your mother craves a word with you.
What is her mother?
Mary Bachelor. Her mother is the lady of the house, and a good lady, and a wise, and a virtuous. I nursed her daughter that you talked with all. I tell you, he that lay hold of her shall have the chinks.
Is she a Capulet? Oh, dear account, my life is my foe's debt.
Away! Be gone! The sport is at the best.
So I fear the more is my unrest.
Come hither, nurse. What is yond gentleman?
The son and heir of old Tiberio.
What's he now that's going out of door?
Marry that, I think, the young Petruchio.
What's he following now? That would not dance?
His name is Romeo, and of Montague. He is the only son of your great enemy.
My only love sprung from my only hate. Too early seen, unknown too late. Prodigious birth of love it is to me that I must love a loathed enemy.
What's this? What's this? Come, let's away. The strangers all are gone.
Now old desire doth in his deathbed lie, and young affection gapes to be his heir.
That fair for which love groaned for and would die, with tender Juliet matched, is now not fair.
Now Romeo is beloved and loves again, alike bewitched by the charms of looks. But to his foe supposed he must complain, and she steal love's sweet bait from fearful hooks.
Being held a foe, he may not have access to breathe such vows as lovers used to swear, and she as much in love, her means much less, to meet her new beloved anywhere.
But passion lends them power, time means to meet, tempering extremities with extreme sweet.
Can I go forward when my heart is here? Turn back, dull earth, and find thy center out.
Romeo! My cousin Romeo!
He is wise, and on my lie hath stolen him home to bed.
You ran this way and leapt the garden gate. Call, good Mercutio.
Nay, I'll conjure too. Romeo, humors, madman, passion, lover, appear to us in likeness of a sigh. Speak but one rhyme, and I am satisfied. Cry, but I, me pronounce but love and dove. I conjure thee by Rosalind's bright eyes, by her high forehead and scarlet lip, by her fine foot, straight leg, and quivering thigh, and the domain that there adjacent lie, that in thy likeness thou appear to us.
And if he hears thee, thou wilt anger him.
This cannot anger him.
Come, he hath hid himself among the trees to be consorted with the humorous night. Blind is his love, and best befits the dark.
If love be blind, love cannot hit the mark. Come, shall we go?
Go. Then for 'tis in vain to seek him here, that means not to be found.
Just such scars had never felt a wound.
Nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell just as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. And with that name that is no part of thee, take all of myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou thus bescreened in at night, so stumblest upon my counsel?
By a name I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. Had I written, I would tear the word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of this tongue's utterance, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo and a Montague?
Neither, fair saint, if either didst like.
How camest hither? Tell me and wherefore. The garden gates are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here.
With love's light wings I o'erperch these walls, for stony limits cannot hold love out, and what love can do, that dares love attempt. Therefore thy kinsmen are no let to me.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their sight, and but thou love me, let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate, than death prorogued, wanting of thy love.
Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. Yet if thou swearest, thou mayest prove false. Oh, gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon, I swear that tips with silver all these fruit tree tops.
Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon, that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Well, do not swear at all. Or if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the god of my idolatry, and I will believe thee.
If my heart's dear
do not swear. Although I join thee, I take no joy in this contract tonight. It is too rash, too sudden, too unadvised. Sweet good night.
Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine?
I gave thee mine for thou didst request it, and yet I would it were to give again.
Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
But to be frank, and to give it to thee again. And yet I wish for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love is deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite.
Juliet!
I hear some noise from within. Anon, good nurse! Sweet Montague, be true. Stay but a little, I will come again.
Oh, blessed, blessed night! I am afeard, being a knight, all this is but a dream, too flattering sweet to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and then good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honorable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow, and I'll procure to come to thee. Where and what time we will perform the rite, and all my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world.
Madam!
I come, anon. But if thou mean'st not well, I do beseech
Madam!
thee. By and by I come. To cease thy suit and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow I will send my nurse.
So thrive my soul.
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the worse to want thy light. Love goes towards love as schoolboys from their books. But love from love towards school with heavy looks.
Romeo!
My dear?
I have forgotten why I did call thee back.
Let me stand here till thou remember it.
I shall forget to have thee still stand here remembering how I love thy company.
And I'll still stay, to have thee still forgetting any other home but this.
'Tis almost morning. I would have thee gone, yet no further than a wanton's bird.
I would I were thy bird.
Sweet, so would I, yet I would kill thee with much cherishing. Good night, good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Sleep dwell upon thine eyes, peace in thy breast. Would I were sleep and peace, so sweet to rest. Hence will I to my ghostly father's house, his help to crave, and my dear hap to tell.
The gray-eyed morn smiles on the frowning night, and flecked darkness like a drunkard reels from forth day path. Now ere the sun advance his burning eye, the day to cheer, and night's dank dew to dry, I must fill up this osier cage of ours with baleful weeds and precious juice flowers. Within the infant rind of this small flower, poison hath residence, and medicine power. For this, being smelt with that part cheers each part, being tasted slays all senses with the heart.
Good morrow, father.
Benedicity, young son, it argues a distempered head so soon to bid good morrow to thy bed. Or if not so, then here I hit it right. Our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
That last is true. The sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon sin. With thou with Rosalind.
With Rosalind, my ghostly father, no. I have forgot that name and that name's woe.
That's my good son. But where hast thou been then?
I'll tell thee, ere thou ask it me again. I have been feasting with mine enemy. Then plainly know my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. As mine on her, so hers is set on mine, and all combined, save what thou must combine by holy marriage. When and where and how we met, we wooed and made exchange of vow. I'll tell thee as we pass. But this I pray, that thou consent to marry us today.
Holy Saint Francis, what a change is here! Is Rosalind, whom thou didst love so dear, so soon forsaken? Young men's love then lies, not truly in their heart, but in their eyes.
I pray thee, chide not. She whom I love now doth grace for grace and love for love allow. The other did not so.
Oh, she knew well thy love did read by rote, but could not spell. But come, young waverer, come, go with me, in one respect I'll thy assistant be. For this alliance may so happy prove to turn your two households' rancor to pure love.
Oh, let us hence. I stand on sudden haste.
Wisely and slow, they stumble that run fast.
Where the devil this Romeo be? Came he not home tonight?
Not to his father's. I spoke with his man. Tybalt, the kinsman of old Capulet, hath sent a letter to his father's house.
A challenge on my life.
Romeo will answer it.
Any man that can write may answer a letter.
Nay, he will answer the letter's master. How he dares, being dared.
Alas, poor Romeo! He is already dead. Stabbed with a white wench's black eye, shot through the ear with a love song, the very pin of his heart cleft with the blind bow-boy's butt shaft. And he is the man to encounter Tybalt?
Why? What is Tybalt?
More than the king of cats, I'll tell you. Oh, he is the very courageous captain of compliments. He fights as you sing prick song, a gentleman of the very first house, the first and second cause. Ah, the immortal passato, the punto reverso, the high!
The what?
The pucks of such antic lisping, affecting fantisticos, these new tuners of accents. By Jesu, a very good blade, a very tall woman, a very good whore.
Oh, here comes Romeo. Here comes Romeo.
Bonjour, Signor Romeo. There's a French salutation for your French slop. You gave us the counterfeit fairly last night.
Good morrow to you both. What counterfeit did I give you?
The ship, sir, the slip. Can you not conceive?
Pardon, good Mercutio. My business was great, and in such a case as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
That is to say, such a case as yours constrains a man to, bow in the hymns?
Meaning to curtsy.
Thou hast most kindly hit it.
A most courteous exposition.
Nay, I am the very pink of courtesy.
Pink for flower.
Right.
Why then is my pump well flowered?
Well said. Follow me this just now, till thou have worn out thy pump, that when the single soul of it is worn, the jest may remain after wearing soul singular.
Oh, single soul jest, solely singular for the singleness.
Come between us, good Benvolio. My wits faint.
Switch and spurs, or I'll cry a match.
Why now? Is this not better than groaning for love? Now art thou sociable, now art thou Romeo. Now art thou what thou art, by art as well as by nature.
Here's goodly gear.
God ye good morrow, gentlemen.
God ye good den, fair gentlewoman.
Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I may find the young Romeo?
I can, but young Romeo will be older when you have met him than he was when you sought him. I am the youngest of that name, for fault of a worse.
You say well. If you be he, sir, I desire some confidence with you.
She will indict him to some supper.
Abod, abod, abod! So ho! Romeo, will you come to your father's? Will to dinner thither?
I will follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady.
Mary, farewell. Pray you, sir, a word. My young lady bade me inquire you out. What she bade me say I will keep to myself, but first let me tell ye. If ye shall lead her into a fool's paradise, as they say, or very gross kind of behavior, as they say, for the gentlewoman is young, and therefore, if thou shalt deal double with her, truly it were an ill thing to be offered to any gentlewoman, and very weak dealing.
Good nurse, commend me to thy lady and mistress.
Good heart and I faith, I will tell her as much. Lord, Lord, she will be a joyful woman.
What wilt thou tell her, nurse? Thou dost not mark me.
I will tell her that you do protest, which, as I take it, is a very gentlemanlike offer.
Bid her devise some means to come to Shrift this afternoon, and there she shall, at Father Lawrence's house, be shrived and married.
This afternoon? Well, she shall be there.
Yes. Farewell. Be trusty, and I'll quit thy pains. Farewell. Commend me to thy mistress.
Oh, God in heaven bless thee. Hark you, sir.
What sayest thou, my dear nurse?
Well, my mistress is the sweetest lady. Lord, Lord, when 'twas a prating thing. There is a nobleman in town, one Paris, that would fain lay knife aboard, but she, good soul, has lief see a toad, a very toad as see it. I anger her sometimes and tell her that Paris is the proper man, but I warrant when I tell her so, she looks as pale as any cloud in the versal world. Doth not Rosemary and Romeo begin with a letter?
Aye, nurse, what of that? Both with an R.
Ah, mocker, that's the dog's name. R is for the...
Commend me to thy mistress.
Aye, 1,000 times.
The clock struck 9 when I did send my nurse. In half an hour she promised to return. Perchance she cannot meet with him. Oh, that's not so. Oh, God, here she comes now. Oh, good nurse, what news? Hast thou met with him? Oh, good sweet nurse. Oh, why lookest thou sad? Is thy news sad? If so, tell them merrily. If not, thou shamest the music of sweet news by telling it to me with so sour a face.
I am a-weary, give me leave a while. Fie, how my bones ache, what a jaunt have I had.
I would hast thou bones, and I thy news. Nurse, I pray thee, speak, speak, speak.
Jesu, what haste! Can you not rest? Can you not see that I am out of breath?
How art thou out of breath when thou hast the breath to tell me that thou art out of breath? Is thy news good or bad? Answer to that. Say either, and I'll say the circumstance. Let me be satisfied. Is it good or bad?
Well, you have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man. Romeo, no, not he. Though his leg be better than any man's, and his face excels all man's, and for a hand and a foot and a body, though they be not talked upon yet, they are past compare.
Good, sweet nurse, speak. Good nurse, speak. What says my love?
Your love says like a kind gentleman, and an honest, and a handsome, and I warrant a virtuous. Where is your mother?
Where is your mother? Your love says, like an honest gentleman, where is your mother?
Oh, God's lady dear, are you so hot? Mary, come up, I trow. Is this the poultice for my aching bones? Henceforward, do your messages yourself.
I hear such a coil. What says Romeo?
Have you means to go to Shrift today?
I have.
Then hie you hence to Friar Lawrence's house. There stays a husband to make you a wife. I am the drudge and toil in your delight, but you shall bear the burden soon at night. Go, all to dinner.
Hie to high fortune, honest nurse, farewell.
So smile the heavens upon this holy act, that after hours with sorrow chide us not.
Amen, amen. do thou but close our hands with holy words. Then, love-devouring death, do what he dare. It is enough I may but call her mine.
These violent delights have violent ends, and in their triumph die, like fire and powder, which as they kiss, consume. Therefore, love moderately. Long love doth so. Too swift arrives as tardy as too slow.
Good even to my ghostly confessor?
Juliet, if the measure of thy joy be heaped like mine, let rich music's tongue unfold the imagined happiness that both receive by this dear encounter.
They are but beggars that can count their worth. But my true love has grown to such excess that I cannot sum up the sum of half my wealth.
Come with me, and we will make short work. For, by your leaves, you shall not stay alone till Holy Church incorporate 2 in 1.
I pray thee, good Mercutio, let's retire. The day is hot, the Capulets abroad, and if we meet, we shall not scape a brawl. For now, these hot days is the mad blood stirring.
Come, thou as hot as Jack in thy mood as any in Italy, and as soon moved to be moody, and as soon moody to be moved.
By my head, here come the Capulets.
By my heel, I care not.
Follow me closely, for I will speak to them. Gentlemen, good den, a word with one of you.
But one word with one of us. Why not couple it with something? Make it a word and a blow.
You shall find me apt enough to that, sir, and you will give me occasion.
Could you not take some occasion without giving?
Mercutio, thou consorts with Romeo.
Consorts? Dost thou make us minstrels? And thou make minstrels of us look to hear nothing but discords. Here's my fiddlestick, here's that shall make you dance. Sounds, consorts.
We talk here in the public haunt of men. Either withdraw into some private place and reason coldly of your grievances, or else depart. Here all eyes gaze on us.
Men's eyes were made to look. Let them gaze. I will budge for no man's pleasure, I.
Peace be with you, sir. Here comes my man. Romeo, the hate I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason that I have to love thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage to such a greeting. Villain am I none, therefore farewell. I see thou knowest me not.
Boy, this shall not excuse the injuries that thou hast done to me. Therefore turn and draw.
I do protest, I never injured thee, but love thee better than thou canst devise.
Oh, calm, dishonorable, vile submission. Tybalt, you rat catcher, will you walk?
What wouldst thou have with me?
Good king of cats, nothing but one of your 9 lives.
I am for you.
Gentle Mercutio, put thy rapier up.
Come, sir, your passato.
Oh, Tybalt! Good Mercutio!
I am hurt. Plague on both your houses, I am sped. Is he gone and hath nothing?
What, art thou hurt?
A scratch. Marry, 'tis enough.
Courage, man, the hurt cannot be much.
No, not so deep as a well or wide as a church door, but 'tis enough. 'Twill serve. Ask for me tomorrow, and I'm afraid you will find me a grave man. I am peppered, I warrant, for this world. A plague on both your houses! Why, the devil came you between us! I was hurt under your arm.
I thought all for the best.
Help me into some house, Benvolio, or I shall faint. Plague on both your houses! They have made worms as meat of me, I have it. And soundly to your houses!
This gentleman, the prince's near ally, my very friend, hath got his mortal hurt in my behalf. My reputation stained with Tybalt's slander. Tybalt, that an hour hath been my kinsman?
Oh, Romeo! Brave Mercutio's dead.
This day's black fate on more days doth depend. This but begins to woe others must end.
Here comes the furious Tybalt back again.
Alive in triumph, and Mercutio slain.
Thou wretched boy that didst consort with him here, shalt with him hence.
This shall determine that.
Romeo, away, be gone! The citizens are up and Tybalt slain. Stand not amazed, the prince will doom thee death if thou art taken. Hence, be gone, away!
Oh, I am fortune's fool.
Why dost thou stay?
Which way ran he who killed Mercutio, Tybalt, that murderer? Which way ran he?
Where are the vile beginners of this fray?
O noble prince, I can discover all the unlucky manage of this fatal brawl. There lies the man, slain by young Romeo, that slew thine kinsman, brave Mercutio. Romeo, that spoke his fair, bid him to think how nice the quarrel was, and urged with all your high displeasure. He was Mercutio's friend. His fault concludes but what the law should end, the life of Tybalt.
And for that offense, immediately we do exile him hence. I have an interest in your hates proceeding. My blood for your rude brawls doth lie a-bleeding. Let Romeo hence in haste, else when he's found, that hour is his last. Bear hence his body and attend our will. Mercy but murders, pardoning those who kill.
Gallop apace, you fiery-footed steeds, and bring in cloudy night immediately. Come night, come Romeo, come thou day and night. Come thou gentle, loving, black-browed night, and give me my Romeo. And when he shall die, take him and cut him out into little stars, and he shall make the face of heaven so fine that all the worlds will pay no worship to the garish sun. Oh, here comes my nurse. Aye. Amy, what news? Why dost thou wring thy hands?
Oh, well a day, dead, dead, dead. We are undone, lady, we are undone. Gone, killed, dead.
Can heaven be so envious?
Romeo can, though heaven cannot. Romeo, Romeo, whoever would have thought Romeo?
Hath Romeo slain himself? Say thou but I. If he be slain, say I, or if not, no. Brief sounds determine my weal or woe.
I saw the wound, I saw it with mine eyes. A piteous course, a bloody piteous course, pale, pale as ashes, all bedaubed in blood, all in gore blood. I swounded at the sight.
Oh, break my heart! Poor bankrupt, break at once!
Tybalt, Tybalt, the best friend I ever had, that ever should I live to see thee dead.
What storm is this that blows so contrary? Is Romeo slaughtered? Is Tybalt dead?